What's up, everybody? FSC Trucking. New video for you. Starting off at night, so I'm using my cell phone for recording. Hopefully it works out pretty good. Alright, so we got Black Dog behind me. Black Dog's my 99 379 Peterbilt. 12.7 Detroit powered. Got my RGM behind me here. We're over here at Minneapolis St. Paul Airport. What we doing here, we're picking up load 3. So Weld County, Greeley, Colorado Airport, small, let's say regional airport, but used fire equipment and snow removal equipment. Specifically, they bought 2 6x6 Strikers and 1 Oshkosh snowblower. So I wound up getting them. So now I'm hauling them down there to them. So here's load number 3. We're hauling this one. Well, another one just like this one. We hauled one earlier, I should say, earlier in the week, and now we got to grab this one. So we're loading it night tonight, and then tomorrow in the morning we're going to get going because we can't run at night. So what we're going to do is we'll get it loaded, flagged up, ready to go. And tomorrow, crack of dawn, we'll get ahead and get on out of here, get down the road and deliver this sucker in Colorado, and then most likely just head home, honestly, because I got a bunch of crap I'm trying to get done. My sons are going to visit for Thanksgiving, both of them. And first time in a long time we've had a big family holiday at the same house at the same time. So it's been a while since my parents moved out of Jersey. So that used to be home base. But nowadays, my place is home base. So it's awesome. Let's go ahead and get this fired up. I figured I'll probably break the trailer down right here so I have some lights on that side. But I might turn around first. That way I can use I can see on the driver's side. It's a detach thing if I got better lighting, so it makes it easier. Yes, I know I need to put spotlights on the back of Black Dog. Yes, that's embarrassing. That's another video, trust in that. But yeah, let's go get this sucker started. I checked the battery switch earlier, and it is turned on, so hopefully it'll fire without too much trouble. Alrighty. Try to remember. Where is the... All right. Okay, master switch. That fired right up. Excellent. Probably low air. High idle. What I'm doing is looking for lights. Drive lights, that's the headlights. I have no idea what that is. That's probably good enough. Still low air, so it's beeping at us. Headlights and clearance lights. There we go. Probably don't need that. We'll put them on anyway. Nah, we're still low on air. We'll wait for it to come up. We'll clear to high idle. Well, there it is. Beeper's off anyway. Alright. High idle is... Alrighty. There we go. What's up, guys? Steve here. I've been trying real hard to get caught up on videos while I'm home recovering from my hand surgery. But I want to touch base on a couple things real quick. You'll see Black Dog in his last bunch of series of videos where he's been going back and forth from airport to airport hauling equipment. And part of the thing is, you have to try your best to know where to get good quality parts. Now, one thing we've been trying to focus on around here is I've been working a lot with 4-State Trucks, you know, home and Chrome Shop Mafia. Now, with that being said, everybody knows who those guys are when it comes to chrome. Yes, we got the big chrome bumper for Black Dog, the horns, the stacks. However, did you know that a lot of the parts from Black Dog come from 4-State Trucks? That's right. Probably one of the best kept secrets that shouldn't be a secret is 4-State Trucks also supplies parts. That's right, a lot of the parts I've been getting for Black Dog have been coming from 4-State Trucks. Just recently, a couple boxes arrived that had torque arms for Orwell and fifth wheel bushings, fifth wheel rebuilt kit. That's for Orwell. Also, Black Dog's gonna need some too. Now think about it, I gotta order some more. Also, Black Dog got an air governor and an AD9 air dryer. Point is, the friends of ours over Chrome Shop Mafia are also good for the parts, not just the chrome and the bling and the style, but also your everyday parts just to keep your truck running. So I'm gonna give you an offer you can't refuse. Black Dog 10 is my promo code. That'll get you 10% off across everything, okay? Black Dog 10 is the promo code to use. So either go on 4statetrucks.com, chromeshopmafia.com, or just show up in person. Give them Black Dog 10. Tell them FSC sent you. Good for 10% off across the board. All right, back to the show. Excellent. All right, so I guess those come on when the lights are on. Well, she's lit up, ready to go. All right, so probably what I'm going to do then, I'll turn around and detach right here. I think that's the play. Or not. I'd rather not, honestly. Put my headlights on high beam. They kind of shine a little bit better on my trailer. I got the GoPro sitting on that trailer right there, just sitting there doing this thing. This way I can try to get you something. I already took my chains off the gooseneck. Put my hoses away. Excellent. All right. Do a quick walk around, make sure everybody sees what we got. This one looks a little taller, perhaps. Nah, maybe not. The last one, the lights, I laid them down. That very top ladder I took off on the last one too. Oh, I already removed my exhaust. Look at that, it's already gone. I don't know where he put it. Man, them bright lights are bright, huh? Alrighty. This will be a lot of in and out to get this truck lined up right on that trailer. Usually you have people guide you. With this one I don't have that option, so we'll make do what we got. Alrighty, step on the brake. Release the park brake. Where is it? Right here. And then push button drive. Alrighty. Man, them windows are filthy. Alrighty. Maybe I should have put them on low. Can't even see the dang trailer. I see it though. You guys probably can't, but I can. Alright, there we go. Reverse. Let's have a backup cam. Oh, it's got something back there. I can see in the mirror. We're fine there. I can see that mirror too. We're golden. I might have to go. I might have to go turn them bright lights down. Cut drastic this way. Watching both mirrors. The key to loading these, I've learned over the years of hauling them brand new, is you get your lineup approach straight. If your lineup approach is straight, then it goes on easy. But I don't know if this unit has rear steer. So the reason for the high beams isn't for, well, I guess it is for you, but also for me to make sure it's lined up on the trailer. So I sit center. You can see the trailer is pretty much centered underneath my seat. So pull up till we hit the trailer and we'll see how the tires line up. Gonna touch the trailer eventually. There we go. All right, neutral. Set the brake. Check our tire alignment. All right, 3 lugs here, 2 lugs there. See them tire lugs? That's what we used to line them up. That's like 2.5-ish, maybe 3 lugs. Yeah, 3. So bring it over this way a little and we're fine. Yeah, see this one we got just under, I know the shadow, just about 2. So we're pretty much straight actually. We come this way just a touch. So we'll bring it up. Will it yell at me if I leave the door open? Let's see. Brake, drive, release the brake. Let's give a little turn that way, and up we go. These 2 feet. All right, we're on the trailer. Neutral. Set the brake. Check our alignment. 2.5 lugs. That's perfect. 2 lugs. Maybe 2.25. All right, that's pretty good. All right, back in we go. Okay. Drive, release brake, straight with the steering wheel. Rather than before to go that way a touch. Let's go to the rear wheels hit. Contact. Neutral. Set the brake. I feel like we've been here, done that. Oh man, how good would that be if I could see that? Oh, if I can only see the trailer. Look at the, right there, the reflection. Note to self, cheating at night. What are the odds? All right, check our tire alignment. Now we're 2 lugs. Three lugs. We can afford to go passenger a little. We're 2 and a little bit on the rear, which is fine. Bit here, so the rear end is perfect. Front end can come passenger a little bit. Yeah, before to come passenger. It doesn't really matter. Don't gotta be perfect. The idea is just don't to fall off the trailer. It'd be embarrassing. Not gonna lie though, getting in and out a little difficult on the trailer. All right, drive. Release the brake. A little bit passenger. Use 2 feet. Now we'll straighten it out. Now we got old tires on. Check it one last time. All right, we still have to bring it to the tire. All right, so we're 2 and a little bit. Got to put the tire right up against the back deck of the trailer. We still afford to come a little bit passenger. It's good. Still golden. Perfect. All right. So everything will clear. By the way, these steps give way. See? Made for off-road, so if you were to hit something big, think about it, if a plane goes off the runway and winds up in some yard, it's got to be able to do the 4-wheel drive thing, so if it hits a big thing, the steps will give way. In we go. Come on, 1 foot up. There we go. Not easy to get in. Problem is you're stepping off the trailer, not the ground. All right, slight turn. Passenger. Step on brake. Drive. Release brake. And go forward. Straighten it there. And just go forward till we run out of trailer. That's hard to see. We're out of trailer. Neutral. Come up off the brake. Just let it ease the tension. Almost roll off the trailer. All right. Forward again. Neutral. Alright, that should be good. You don't want too much pressure against the top deck, or back deck I should say, because if it does, If you do, it tries to ride up higher, and you don't want these trucks any higher than they already are. Granted, this one isn't as tall as a brand new one. Yeah, if you leave pressure against that back deck, it raises up. And these newer ones ain't as tall, but you don't want them higher, because especially on these old ones aren't as tall as the brand new ones. But that snozzle on the roof is your trouble on the brand new ones. That's typically 14 foot. These are not as big. With the ladder missing and exhaust pulled, it was a 13.6. So, tire alignment, still got 2 and a little bit. At this side, kind of the same. Well, you look at the pocket, not the edge of the trailer. See here, 2 and a little bit-ish. It's on there solid. Don't have to worry about anything. As long as this trailer, as long as this truck isn't longer than the other one, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. That neck does just fit right in there. And it straddles these. These are not on the brand new ones. They installed them after they're delivered. They already have the clevises. I'll go up there and get the ladder after we load it, or hook back up. So yeah, there we go. Alrighty. Back in the dog. Let's go hook the neck back on, tie down, flag up, and go to bed. Alrighty, let's put air to the trailer. Make sure the park brake's set. It is. Alrighty, so now we'll deal with that now. So now let me go inside, shut it off, shut the main battery on the fire engine. Then I gotta put the flags on it still. And ooh, that's bright. Put the flags on it still, and then park and go to sleep. Alrighty, so everybody's off. Set the battery. Battery's still on. Oh, those are my trailer strobes, not the truck strobes. Alrighty, done. Still gotta flag it up though. So let's go up top. Let's loosen up that ladder. Make sure everything's stowed away up top like I need it to be. I wonder if I really need to take that ladder down. I did the last time. But this one's a little different. Got that light in the middle. That'll raise up, I guess. Yeah, that'll telescope and raise up. Look at that. This one's a little different. Tallest part on a truck is the ladder. Actually, like I say, they even took the ladder off. These mounts remain, right? These are different mounts than the other one. Yeah, these mounts remain. All right. We'll just strap the ladder down then. All right, so taking the ladder down doesn't give us any lower height, so if I have to mend the permit, oh well. Let's loosen you. There. Excellent. Pretty, huh? Yeah, I'll just strap that down a little better. Man, I love knowing it smells like toilet water around here. What are they pumping in these trucks? Sewage? It literally smells like a septic tank. morning, everybody. It's next morning. Just got Black Dog fired up. We had the green APU running, keeping me nice and warm. It's actually just a little chilly. Watch the aircraft leave right above me. Been listening to that all morning. I don't know, at some point this morning they just all started flying up. Up, up, and away. Alrighty. Let Black Dog air up, get ready to ride. Now with the light of day, see the last Striker unit we're picking up on this round. Look at that, huh? Used to haul these a lot when I was leased on the Woodbury Express. We talked about that. These I think are kind of, I don't know, like, these are the older ones. To me, they're cooler looking. More straight. All flat glass. A little shorter. Just as wide, maybe a little longer. I do think they overall are a little longer, like from the front wheel to the bumper. I think that's longer. Usually the new ones end right about like maybe halfway in that glass right there. I'm not really sure, but I don't know. This is what they all used to look like, and then they changed them up. Interesting, right? I don't know, I think they're cool. Alrighty. Well, what was new is now old. There we are with old school. Why not, right? Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get the paperwork done, get the lights on, get the camera set up, and we'll get strolling. Today's Saturday. Should be an easy day. So the plan is we're gonna unload, we're gonna drive today, drive tomorrow, unload Sunday sometime afternoonish, and then we'll haul the mail back home. Be home Monday. Gives me Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'll be in the shop working on Orwell and whatever else we got to do. I got a medical procedure I got to go through, a surgery on Friday, and then after that, 2 weeks of downtime, and be back at it. So we'll see. It's gonna be interesting how this all plays out. Hope I get a bunch of editing done prior to that too. Plus, I got Thanksgiving. My sons are coming up to visit. Both of them at the same time. That ought to be interesting. Sorry, guys. I just like watching aircraft take off. I think it's so cool looking. All right, enough of that. Let's get on with the day. To get here, I take 77 up to, I forget what route this is here, but the permits got me coming up this road and then east on this road, crossways 62. So I think basically take Highway 62 all the way out to 35E south and then down to Iowa. That's how they route me. Why? I don't know. 77 seems easier to do. Take this to 77 and down, but this way they route me. And it hasn't changed since the last Striker I did either. I did check, make sure the routes did or did not change. That one. Usually I'll bark the jakes to grab the next gear quicker. It's funny with this road, you think you'll be on the highway and then you come up quickly to a red light. So I don't really, I've not gonna say fell victim to it, but come around a corner like, ooh, I wasn't expecting a red light right there. She doesn't really announce it. Her speed limit dropped from 60 to 55. And over experience, we're gonna have to stay left, stay on 62. Of course, the sun behind the signs make it harder to read the signs. 55 and 62 go this way. Lane is 55 and 13. Left lane is 13 and 62. Safe sign, there's your light. See, exit 117 goes that way. You're thinking, oh, we're going to stay on the highway. Come around a corner and blammo, there's your light. sign saying it's a red light, but I could easily see you if you're not paying attention. You see it come around the corner and run right into a red light with a bunch of cars sitting still. Not pay attention, but I can see it happening. I come around the bend and 35 east south, just after this light. Dumbest, but that was a dumb move on that car making that left. Why wouldn't you swerve over and then slow down? Absolute oblivious to the fact there were cars other than themselves on the road. Come on, find that gear. There we go. That time. That's how you do it properly. I know a lot of guys that watch this channel are on automatic restriction. They don't know how to work a manual. And when they teach you how to do a manual, they want you double clutching. I love when aircraft fly over like that. That's cool. He's going where we just came from. That's kind of cool. Anyway, back to shifting. When they teach you how to shift in truck driving school, they'll teach you to double clutch. But once you get in a real world, nobody double clutches. There's only a few people that I see do it. It just, I don't know. I personally, I haven't double clutched in 27 years, so I don't even think I could do it. And if I was double clutching in 27 years of driving, I probably would need a knee replacement by now. But when you float them, what you do is you take it out of gear and then you wait for the next gear to line up. What I mean by that is you're waiting for your engine RPM to come down so that the transmission will mesh properly and then you can get it in gear, but the engine RPM has to come down. And in a 10-speed, the shift points are very wide. So you're coming from a very high RPM to a very low RPM. So it takes the engine that much longer to come down in speed because it's such a wide gap in RPM. You know, say pull it out at like 1800 RPM and put it back in at like 12. Where if you have like a 18 speed or a 13 speed, you're using your splitter. You only use it half that range. But with a 10 speed, you're waiting for that engine to come way down. And then, of course, according to the spec sheet, Black Dog has a 370 gear ratio. I don't know if that's true or not, if it's been altered. It seems like it would make sense. But you really got to wait for the RPM to come down. So rather than wait for it, I just bark the jakes and I rip it down quick. The trick is if you hit the jakes for too long, then you bring the RPM down too low, and then you miss it altogether. So There's probably a lot of videos on YouTube as to how to float when you're shifting gears. In other words, floating meaning shifting without a clutch. The original automatics, it's all they were. You use the clutch and it would float the gears. So basically it was just a servo motor on top of a normal transmission where your shifter would be. That's it. These modern ones now, they're a lot different, a lot more complicated, a lot more problematic. And, you know, instead of calling them automatic, it should be problematics. I just have a general feeling, I'm not talking crap about people, but I'm honestly not, but it sounds bad, but I'll say it anyway. Doing what I did yesterday, you know, taking a mechanical RGN apart, detaching all of that, and then taking a truck that barely fits in the well, and then loading it all by yourself like I did, and then tying it down and knowing how to do it, tie down points on the trailer and so on, right? Tie down points on the truck. Some trucks are very complicated on how to tie them down. Like this is easy, grab the clevises. If there's no clevises, use your own and go. But like that MB that I did previous video, there's no tie down points on the front of that. You gotta know where to tie it down. You gotta figure that out. You gotta find the beef on the truck and hook it to it in some way, shape, or form that doesn't damage the truck. Like, how can I explain to you how to haul something that doesn't want to be hauled if something as simple as shifting gears is a problem? I just think that the mind that can't shift gears is the mind that can't tie down a load properly. And what I mean by can't, I mean incapable of learning it. If your mind is incapable of learning it, I don't know if you can do it. But a lot of people just haven't been taught that need to be taught. So when I get to the point where I'm hiring drivers, to me the first test you have to pass is be able to shift gears. If you can't shift gears, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Not sure what I'll be doing this upcoming month. After Thanksgiving, I want to be kind of running between Christmas. I'll run through Christmas and New Year's, it doesn't matter. But people are asking about Elaine and the other trucks. I do want to put the other trucks on the road eventually. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting them all running. I'm gonna keep pushing on with Orwell, get the 4-axle conversion done, and put that truck on the road. Get it to start making me some money. Elaine would be a hell of a truck for a company driver to, especially somebody that's fairly new to the industry, to be able to make some money and go on with it. I am capable of training the driver if need be. Black Dog is a double bunk. Elaine is a double bunk. So if I had to take someone with me and train them, that's kind of the idea as I think about it. I guess what I'm saying is, I might be willing to take a young buck straight out of school, but I got to teach them how to do it. In other words, how do you find somebody that knows what they're doing, right? Or maybe you make somebody that knows what they're doing. If you take somebody, I kind of think that's not a bad idea. If you take somebody new, I know insurance companies will disagree with that, but if you take someone new and mold them into a hell of a driver, then you, one, do them a favor. Because don't you think working for an owner-operator such as myself or my friends, people I work with, don't you think that they would be able to mold a driver better than some, you know, big mega conglomerate trucking company, you know, fill in the blank? I mean, I honestly think I could train a driver better than Swift ever could. road is not cheap. But sometimes necessary. I've been doing a lot of thinking about my future, what to do in this industry, my future within it, how to grow the company. I'm looking at or thinking about freight to haul. You know, when I started my whole thing with my own authority, it was egged on by Timmy Gentry and Crystal Miller, and then I finally did it. And I've hauled more stuff for Crystal than I have for Timmy recently, but that might be changing here between the holidays. We'll see how it plays out. Not only just in the big oversized stuff, but even just the smaller legal stuff. I've yet to pull a load for Whitmire Express. Now, I pulled for that Kenworth. That was for a Whitmire, but it wasn't for Whitmire Express directly. Although we did escort a load for him once, but it was a short local load. It was more along the line of it wasn't required to have 2 escorts, but I was the lead car only because I know the routing and I'm not afraid to come in and out of the city of Milwaukee. So it's a good thing to have an extra escort, even though it wasn't really required. I got the guy, if you remember videos back, I hauled this load that we referred to as the sucker truck. It was a street sweeper vacuum truck, hence the sucker truck, get it? Because it vacuums up the crap off the street. Anyway, when I was still with Whitmire, I don't know, it was a year or so ago, I was still running Orwell. Dude called me, wanted me to haul it, and I ran it through Whitmire. We put other loads with the truck, and I unloaded it, and the guy was super, super happy. And then the other thing was, they're easy to damage, those trucks, loading them on RGNs. And I'm able to do that without damaging them because I have my ramps. And even the place that the guy bought it from was like, wow, we ought to call you in the future. Matter of fact, I probably ought to reach out to them guys and say, hey, I went independent. I'm on my own now. If you ever sell them trucks, you know, you can send them my way. But the owner that buys the trucks out of New York, he texted me yesterday. He asked if I wanted to do another one for him. So I guess it would have been good to do right after this, but it's not ready yet. So I told him, you know, it'll be, you know, when he's ready, let me know. So I'm starting to get my own freight coming in for me as well. Problem is, it's all scattered all over the place, you know. But my name is getting out with these airports, which is good. If I pull airport freight like this, used equipment like this, it doesn't violate any non-compete issues with me and Whitmire Express, because they pull for the manufacturer of these fire trucks. You know, the city trucks, the strikers, you know, anything like that. So if they get the load, they can broker it to me. But if you know, Weld County Airport buys used equipment and hire me to haul it, that has nothing to do with Whitmire Express. So that doesn't, a lot of people probably are concerned. I can see in the comments already. They're like, well, wouldn't Whitmire get mad at you? In fact, even Crystal was like, I sent her a picture of I sent a picture of what we're hauling. She's like, oh, it's good you're working with Whitmire. I'm like, yeah, except it's not through Whitmire. She's like, oh, that's even better. I'm like, yeah, it is. But no, I didn't sour any relationship when I left there. I'm just trying to build my own, work direct rather than go through brokers. And thus far, other than working for, I get it, Gentry & Sons is a broker when I haul her freight. Miller Transport is a broker when I haul her freight. But other than brokers that are like legit my friends, I haven't had to go to any other brokers to haul freight. I've been able to get my own, which is good too, so. That makes me happy, puts me in a good mood. Of course, we're always looking for more. I'm probably going to wind up going with the 2 phones and have to make one a company phone for people to call me directly about hauling for them. A number I'll give out. A number that when I go to sleep, I'll turn the phone off. That way, my normal phone, anybody can call me that knows me. Meanwhile, while I'm sleeping or just don't want to answer the phone, I just turn the damn thing off. I think that's the route I'm going to take. Got time to think about it. For now, fscshop@gmail.com is the best way to get a hold of me. If you need me to haul something for you. The guy that did this, he reached out through Facebook of all things. That was kind of weird. But I guess, you know, he didn't have to know my number. My number was given to him by Denver Airport, of all people. Not my number, I mean by who I am. And that I was available to haul this kind of stuff. Somebody at Denver Airport told them that. Whoever you are, thank you. Appreciate it. Here's the Ritchie Brothers auction where I picked up that Dodge Cabover at right before G-Bats. Four-axle Peterbilt day cab sitting over there. What if they're bringing equipment in or getting ready to bring equipment out? Big load, well, no load, just big trailer heading north. We'll pull over here, just quick trip, get fuel. Gauge shows a little over a quarter. I know where the truck runs out is usually we're starting to show like under a quarter, like 1/8-ish. So I haven't fueled in Minnesota any at all 33 rounds, so we'll get fuel in Minnesota, try to even out the IFTA. I don't want to. I bought most fuel in Nebraska, so maybe now I'll be able to get fuel in Colorado. That'll even out the IFTA tax. 364. It's a lot better than 419. I forget where one of these bigger corporate truck stops are like 419, 420, somewhere in that range. Like, I don't know how they justify that. I get it, fleet discounts, all of that, but still, why would you be charging? I've seen so many places be like 60, 70, 80 cents a gallon more. That's just dirty. Gotta be part of some goofy, stupid club to get better rate on fuel. Yeah, no thanks. Interesting setup the way this place is. Like, truck fuel was an afterthought. Up a little bit. There we go. Excellent. Make sure the hose don't cut it off. Really? Dog's fueled up. Interesting exit to this place, huh? I've been past here once on this road, access road here, because this access road is how you get up to the auction up there where I picked up that Dodge Cabover. Coming through here is certainly not a normal thing for me. Back to I-35 south. quick trip chicken tenders and potato wedges, orange juice. And a monster for later. This is going to cut me off again. Well, I guess he couldn't cut me off. I lost all the speed. Brightly colored fire truck, strobe lights, flags, all of that. Let me guess, he didn't see me. Well, we made it into Iowa. Rest area, an exit, casino, Burger King and a BP, and a hotel. Interesting. Should be coming up on the scale coming into Iowa here. The first one I came through with, the ramp was full and they threw the close sign. I didn't go in. The second one I did, came through at night. That was a legal load, so I didn't have to wait for the sun to come up. They were closed when I come by. We'll see how we do with number 3. Of course, this isn't only scale. I just find it funny. Pre-pass on this one. I don't have pre-pass. I used to when I was with Whitmire. Even though we're permit load, even if pre-pass gave you the green with a permit load, you still got to go in anyway. So it don't make much difference. I don't know how many trucks or how long you've got to be in business to be able to get pre-pass. I haven't really looked into it. My authority went live in like early July. So, July, August, September, October, November. We're almost into our, God says over. July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, we're almost into 6 months. Or early December will be 6 months on my authority. What was it? On the blower load, I come up I was heading northbound, empty, and there were like 3 or 4 hot shots back there in the back. They got one other hot shot back there now. I don't know if he broke down. That doesn't seem like a good spot to DOT a truck on the side there like that. First sign says, drive tractor on scale. Yellow light says, weigh trailer.
Okay, stop over there.
Oh, he's splitting axles. Park vehicle.
Turn around back, please, Turn around back, please.
Gonna want to see the permit. We're heavy. I know, I expected that. That was easy. He came out to me. I was at least gonna film walking up to the building. Come around there, he's like, oh, there he is. All right, excellent. Put that right there. Was heavy in the last one. 39,260 on the drives he had me. 3670 on the trailer with 11,220. Oh, I just fueled, that's why. 87,180. There we go. to the front of the truck, get a full oversized load banner back, look at my license plate, verifying the plate on the truck to the permit, and away we went. You would think that stuff would come up on a computer, or some kind of computer system would be like, you know, look at the DOT number or the VIN number on the truck, be like, yep, he's permitted for this amount of weight, blah, 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 on down the road, right? Then again, they might want the interaction with the driver to see, you know, does the driver speak English? I don't know if Iowa enforces that. I mean, all of them should, but we know how that works. I don't know, everything, you smell your breath, are you drinking, how do you look, how do you appear, weight, tire, you know, all of that crap, right? Just give a general eyeball on the condition of the driver and equipment. You walk up to the truck, if you got a hot brake or a wheel seal or something from slowing down into the scale, you'll smell it. You know, the truck will smell. If I had a bad wheel seal, you probably like smell something. Maybe that's why they want to look at your permit, right? Just to kind of give you an overarching look over it, give a quick look, be like, oh, if it's obviously wrong, you know, there you go, ticket time. If it's obviously right, or it looks like the guy's got his mind right, or, you know, load right, whatever, you know, just give a quick glance. Listen, you could tell a lot just by looking at a truck quick, whether there's problems or not. And of course, you got the ones that really want to go through with a fine-tooth comb. You know, they're looking like, well, driver, this lug nut is only torqued to 278 foot-pounds. It's supposed to be 300 or whatever, you know. Who knows? Either way, that's it. So the scale in a Volca would be the next one in Iowa. Then you got the ones by Lincoln, Nebraska, North Platte, Nebraska, and in Fort Morgan, Colorado. Now, like I said, it's 3 out of 3 loads. I gotta lie, I'm looking forward to go home. Tomorrow night, I'll have been gone a full week. It feels like 2 months. Not really sure why, but it feels like 2 months. There you go.
Appreciate it.
Excellent.